today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
Here's Locke to throw. Out quickly to Judy. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Locke working out of the gun. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Locke now to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
It's okay if I give him a few props right here. Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a 2-time walk-on, who later became a 2-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 73 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, in pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people, and oftentimes you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle him.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 1st down, Gordon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. They run it here with Gordon. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Mayfield. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Cannot do that.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
45.
Throwing, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Lock. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
He completes this to Sutton. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Nick Chubb. Incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. This is Gordon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now to the air, Locke. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Broncos 3.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those. Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one, because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. John Ross, 39 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mike Purcell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Cam Newton's thrown a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching has been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Here's Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Who that?
Block working out of the gun. To Gordon, out left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Locke on the bootleg. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
55,
To throw it is Locke. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Operating from the gun. Lock. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Mayfield off the play fake. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A first down throw for Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man here is Hamilton. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really fading.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Mayfield. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up second down.
From the gun, Locke. This is the tight end Fant.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
He fakes the give here and looks to throw.
Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield now. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go play action. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
45. Mike, 45.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Chubb, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Here's Mayfield. It fights him off. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
5-yard attempt.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Now Drew Lock and the Broncos. Down by 11, 2:15 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Lock working out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 41 yards.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll go down at the 28. Lock's trying to hurry him up with that clock running. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Lock. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again, they'll throw with Lock. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They're going to give it to Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they take a knee. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Browns, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.